Hello, it's Polish Paul VR, welcome to the channel. We are here today to review Hubris for PlayStation VR2, a long-awaited title, one of the better looking ones when you look at the trailer. But is this game delivers or does it suck balls? I'm gonna tell you all about it. Let's get started. The story is pretty simple. You go into a twin planet system to search for a mysterious agent, and you being a not so mysterious agent who is a rookie, but the agent who you're looking for is not a rookie at all. And in games, when you go into space, you would think that you're gonna end up crashing somewhere, maybe on a planet, having robot companion following you, but I'm happy to say that in Hubris, yes, that's exactly what's happening. So, once you exit your spaceship, you exit it through the water, you swim up to the planet, and the action pretty much picks up straight away. The game tells you what to do, you do a bit of swimming, feels great, you get a bit of shooting some underwater creatures, and then you're gonna see what the game got on offer. Surprisingly, a lot of very satisfying platforming and climbing. If you liked Horizon Call of the Mountain climbing, then you're probably gonna appreciate Hubris one. Maybe sometimes it would be nice to have dead zone calibration for it, but hey, that's just neat picking. Climbing feels great. If you're playing in smaller place, you can have a turning while climbing, so that's nice. But no auto turning, but I come back to that later anyway, but don't matter. Now, moving on from the story, you know, the planet, the search, and the action, that's basically it. When it comes to presentation, that's what I want to talk about. This game looks really nice. The planet looks great, you know, PSVR2 got awesome looking graphics, so for any games to, let's say, amaze me now, it's pretty hard, and I wasn't amazed by Hubris, but I was like, oh yeah, this is looking pretty cool. So you've got different variety of environments, you've got caves, you've got underwater environment, HDR working great and very nice. The reprojection, we're gonna talk about in a minute. You know, the game definitely is on a spectrum of better looking PlayStation VR2 games. So if you are here for the graphics, if you bought your PSVR2 to see the power, what it delivers and what it can renders, then definitely reach out to Hubris. When it comes to the audio, the characters are nicely voiced. The underwater effect, I really like them, the little bubbly bubbles going and you know, the planet itself, you know, everything got its own sound. So it's alright. You know, sometimes the dialogues feel a bit flat, but hey, this is an indie game, I let it pass. Now, we're gonna talk a bit about VR design. So, in this game, you are a hands, forearms, and, well, the arms basically, and, you know, and that's what you're seeing. But sadly, your forearms don't move, so sometimes it can a bit distract you from the action. I got used to it pretty fast, but it still felt a bit strange. When it comes to the platforming and everything else, definitely it felt nice. You've got running button as well. I must speak a bit about some action here as well. Apart from platforming and exploring, there is some shooting, first person shooting combat, and also a super boring upgrade system when you have to collect some crap from the planet basically and then put it to a machine who turns the crap into resources and then pulled the resources required to the machine that's gonna convert them to a gun, you know, gun upgrade, shotgun or automatic gun. Boring. But anyway, you can upgrade them, you get free weapons, pistol works just fine, so stick with that. You can have manual reloading, or you can disable it if you can't be asked, and that's what I did. I know many of you loves manual reloading, but you cannot eject mag, so you kind of like standing there shooting, while with auto reloading, let's say, you lift gun to your temples, and then it recharges, so I went for that. Now, speaking about this gun and everything, let's talk a bit about few negatives that the game had. So first of all, reprojection, we have to talk about it. To me, not the biggest issue, but I'm not that sensitive to it. I definitely got used to it straight away, but some of you might notice it. And if you don't like reprojections, you definitely not gonna like how this game is rendered. Even though, to me, you know, it's not as bad as Horizon Call of the Mountain, it's on one of the more noticeable games here. Also, what I don't like is already the mechanics of upgrading your guns, and I'm gonna have to speak about the combat, because combat was something what was a big issue on PC. People didn't like how basically it works, so It's got reworked here, thankfully. The enemies' AI is pretty satisfying now. They run around, they don't stand in one place, they hide, they duck, you know, we've got different variety of opponents. They can use different attacks as well. But, listen, the variety of ways you can dispose of is very minimal, so basically you can just shoot them. There's no really environmental kills, you can't really throw any grenades at them. You've got those free weapons, so you've got pistol, you've got auto gun, automatic gun, and you've got shotgun, which got 2 firing modes, and that's about it. So, you know, there is at some point a lot of enemies coming at you. It would be awesome to have really big means of disposing of them. It would be really cool, you know, place some mines, blow up some barrels, do something like that. But sadly, you just shooting. It's like just there, shooting, just there, just so it's not boring. The game got just amount, the length of it, just the right time, so it's not overstay its welcome. For first playthrough, I said 4.5 hours, and you should complete for second playthrough, I don't know, 3.5 maybe, something like that. So yeah, definitely not a perfect game, but definitely a fun game to have on your PlayStation VR2. So, let's maybe speak about some positives as well. Now we spoke about negatives, so I definitely appreciate the graphics, the sharpness of the resolution. I must give the developer props for the highlighting the ledges you can climb. It's not too intrusive like in some other games, you know, like there is a magical person who paints all the ledges. That's not here. You can even disable the highlights if you want. The game got standing and sitting mode, which I appreciate because my jobs includes me being on my feet all day, cooking, being a chef. So sometimes I just can't be bothered to stand up. So any games that supports sitting mode natively, I already appreciate that the developers went to that effort. You can remap your controllers. There is plenty and plenty of settings. Even during climbing you've got turning, but sadly there is no auto turning turn like in Horizon Call of the Mountain. But still, if you want to play this game in a smaller space, if you don't have much room in your house, let's say, this game is perfectly adapted for it. So I appreciate the developers' choices when it comes to giving players options. Right, let's go to the final score. For some of you, this game might be hit and miss. For some of you, this game might be average. I'm not really giving the scores now, but I go by, you know, avoid, wait for sale, buy or must buy. Now, if I was going to give this game scored, it would be somewhere between 6 and 7. So it's not a must-buy game, but it's definitely a game buy. So, you know, spend your money, enjoy it. It's something worth experiences. The story is just long enough to be interesting, maybe a bit generic, but hey, who cares? You are here for the graphics, platforming and some action, and the developers delivered in this department. Okay, that's it for now. Stay tuned to the channel for all the other PSVR2 stuff, and for now that's it. Bye 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 bye.